Welcome to Bridging the Gap to Connections, the talk show, where we begin by sharing your stories and spotlighting your shine. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bridging the Gap to Connections. Sorry about the delay there. I had a screen on top that wasn't allowing me to be able to see what was going on. So, real quick here, welcome back to Bridging the Gap to Connections. First off, I am so grateful you're here for the Wednesday meet. And what is Wednesdays? Today is Words of Wisdom. I took some time and was looking up what are the top words of wisdom around the world? What kind of things are actually out there? Who were the ones who coined specific words of wisdom? And things that I found were things like Mother Teresa, Socrates, Shakespeare, words from scripture. Then there were things like Gandhi and other greats all over the world. So what I really want to talk about is words of wisdom really come from a lot of different belief systems and all the different things. So when we get into belief systems, we get into discussions like spirituality or religion. So I want to talk about the two. In my opinion, spirituality is one of the most important pieces any of us have. And what I've found over the years of my life is when I get into different spaces and talk to different people, when they say I'm religious, generally those places can create division. So I think religion can create division, while spirituality brings unity. And I really want to talk about that with other people and bringing in other people's opinions and discussing how we can really find a way, like I said, in regards to what is this show, Bridging the Gap to Connections. I think that if we start bringing unity among all things and start interacting with one another and actually sharing the love that comes from behind all of the different spiritualities in the world, and actually find a way to find a common ground to see where things thread together, we'll actually be able to begin building a better tomorrow. It takes people coming together, seeing the needs in the world. How many times have you been somewhere in a job, workplace, heard someone else, or found yourself saying that, oh, that's not my job, somebody else needs to do that? The one piece of information I can say today is that if it's brought to your attention, and maybe if you've been asked, maybe for some reason, you or myself may have been the one that needed to do it. But how often do we delegate it to others because it's not our responsibility? How many times do we want to avoid the responsibility and decide it's somebody else's? One of the biggest things in my life has been I am overly responsible. And I found in being overly responsible, being really responsible for myself, responsible for my environments, and responsible for other people, it really put me in a position where I struggled for a long time learning how to delegate. So if someone says, hey, Darla, can you clean that up? I was probably the first person to do it. And a lot of times no one had to ask me. If I walked in, I saw it, I took care of it. But what that also taught me was how to be a good leader. If I'm willing to walk into a place and see a problem and a mess and be able to come and clean it up, when I go and do that, and somebody else is under me in regards to a position for jobs, I would say it would be a lot easier for one of my coworkers to actually take a direction when I state, hey, can you go clean that up? Because they're going to see, one, I'm already busy, and two, They already know I've done it myself. A lot of times people will get a position and they will just put it out there and say, oh, so-and-so's in charge. So-and-so's doing this. This is your job, that's your job. And everybody else says, oh, nothing else is mine. But when we share the workload, how quickly can we begin making a difference? We see that there's problems in this world every day. We hear them on the news. We see them on, in our streets when we go out, and we see it at the stores when we're out. We're watching the inflations. We're dealing with the different circumstances and situations in the economies where we live. We see the problem. But how many of us are actually doing anything about it? We might even be complaining about it. But what are we doing about it? So today's words of wisdom, and what I really thought was great, was in the words of, I do believe, Gandhi. And what was said was, be the change you wish to see in the world. This quote, often attributed to Mahatma Gandhi, encourages personal responsibility and proactive engagement in creating a better world. So today's question that I want you to leave the show with is ask yourself, how can I make the world better? What small act can you do today, tomorrow, or every day? I'm not asking you to go take care of all of it, but I'm asking you to find the one thing you can do that helps your environment, your community, your friends, your family, yourself. And when you begin choosing to make decisions that allow you to influence and create a healthier space around you, slowly but surely, if every single one of us choose to do that every day, minor, little, small changes, in the end, it's like a drop of water going into the bucket. If every second a droplet falls, how quickly will that bucket runneth over? If every day we did one small act that was to improve our relationship with our friends, our family, our loved ones, the community, our government, the countries at large, how can we begin building a better tomorrow? I would love for you, if you've watched this video, to make a comment in the comment section below. I want to know what you're doing. How are you contributing to make it a better place at home, your community, statewide, countrywide, or around the globe? This is Darla Williams out. Until next time, bye for now. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. So watching, sharing, subscribing, all helps us out. Bye for now.